Hello everybody, welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. New season just started, Elsa Bloodstone dropped. I'm not playing an Elsa deck today though. As you can see here, I think I'm going to be playing Tribunal, and I'm already infinite. I'll explain that in a little bit, but this is the deck I'm going to be running, if I could actually click the right button. Good lord. But I'm going to be running a Tribunal deck. I originally was just playing around with this deck this season because I had just bought Tribunal for funsies, but turns out this deck is actually pretty good, with the current meta at least. There are tons of different counters for the deck, but right now you're not going to see very many of them if you're watching this the day of the upload or maybe a couple days after, week or whatever. But there are not too many people running good decks against this, because a lot of people are trying to play Bounce with Elsa. A lot of people still playing their Alioth decks. Basically, anything that doesn't have a Cosmo or an Enchantress, you're straight chillin'. And even if they do have Enchantress Cosmo, you still have some win conditions. You don't need the Hela MODOK Invisible Woman setup every single time. You can win with other setups like Iron Man Onslaught. Even sometimes Iron Man Living Tribunal itself will win you the game. I think I'm going to play Iron Lad and Hellfire Club. Reason being, if I play Iron Lad and Invisible Woman, best case scenario, he like copies Iron Man. Even if he copies like Hela or something, we don't really want that. He can also copy like a Crystal or Magic. Obviously, we have 5 rocks in our deck, so not ideal, but it is what it is. Subterranea is not really very good for our deck. Copied Chavez, which is fine. We got an Iron Man. So, because of Subterranea, I'm actually going to go for this setup. I'm going to go for the Iron Man Onslaught Tribunal setup. Normally, you would play MODOK and try to get a Hela draw. In this scenario, if it wasn't Subterranea, I would have played MODOK, and then next turn, if I didn't draw Hela, I would probably... If I drew Magic, I'd play Magic. If I didn't draw Magic, I'd probably play Tribunal to try to get a win, but most likely, at that point, it's going to be a retreat. I think at this point, we just snap, because I don't think he can win, yeah. Probably could have snapped last turn. Since we weren't going for the MODOK Hela setup, it doesn't really matter if our Invisible Woman gets Enchantress or not at that point, because it protects our other cards. I usually never play ladder past getting infinite, so this is the first time I'm seeing this new infinite system, new infinite ranking system. Not entirely sure how it works, but I know you get like snap points and that determines your overall rank in the infinite bracket. Interesting to see. This is a pretty good opening hand. We start with Invisible Woman and Magic. I like to drop Invisible Woman on curve if I have her. It doesn't really matter if you drop her early or late. Sometimes if you drop her later, some people will play out their Cosmo. But I'm just gonna straight up rip her into Avengers Compound. But a lot of people are not running Cosmo right now. You'll see Enchantress more than you will Cosmo in my experience, but that's not saying much. I think I'm going to Magic Baxter Building. That way, chance for Mirror Dimension. Okay, never mind. He has a Magic too. Good, good, good. Because we don't want our Limbo to get ignored by something like Snow Guard or Legioned Away, if possible. So we don't have Hela or MODOK. So it is Crystal time. Could make the argument to put Iron Lad in Invisible Woman, but I would rather see what we draw. Because now we have 3 cards in our deck, right? So, one of them is Chavez. The other 2, let me think for a minute. Iron Man and Hela, right? So, obviously, we're going to draw Chavez next turn. So we're going to prep with MODOK. He's just playing an Evo deck, which doesn't run, Cosmo. Does run Enchantress, though. So he is teched against this. But this doesn't really matter because we don't have Hela anyways. So we can still easily win this if we draw Hela. And we have a 50% chance to draw Hela, so I'm totally okay with that. %50 chance is not bad. Either we hit it and win the game, or we don't hit it and we retreat. And we hit Hela, so we snap and play. Iron Man is the last card in our deck. Iron Man is a very strong card for Tribunal, so it sucks that we don't have him. We may still lose this, actually, but I think more often than not we win it versus losing it. You could calculate the power, actually, of all the discarded cards and figure it out, but that is way too much effort for me. I like to just grip it and rip it. Damn, this guy's actually playing both the counters to this deck. I'm surprised. Yeah, that is a big L for this man. Usually in Evo decks, you will never see Cosmo. I'm surprised this guy is running Cosmo. It's usually Enchantress in my experience. But you can see, you can still win even without the setup. You can still win even with the counters. You just kind of have to know what you're looking for and looking to play against. But this is what I mean. Tribunal, I think, is so good because a lot of people get very happy to snap on you. Whether it be because they don't know you're playing Tribunal, they think you may be just playing Hela or some other combo deck that you can be beaten. I don't know. You win a lot of 8-cube games, though, with this deck. And it's pretty apparent when you should just retreat. Obviously, sometimes you get unlucky and you just lose the 8-cube games. But in my experience, you win significantly more than you lose. This deck is an absolute crush monger. At least in the current meta. Look at Hela, she's gardening. I should upgrade her. She deserves it. She's been doing some hard work. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. A lot of people are playing Elsa decks right now, so this is why, another reason why. Because Elsa decks run absolutely zero counter to this. I'm just going to play out Crystal. Even through Lemuria, it doesn't really matter. Rickety Bridge is not great, but it's fine. I'm going to play out Iron Lad, hopefully get Invisible Woman. Either, hopefully we draw Invisible Woman or we Iron Lad it. If we don't, we can still do Tribunal. Okay, we got Invisible Woman. Then we Iron Ladded Giganto. Actually, it doesn't matter that we got Invisible Woman, because this is last turn. I don't have magic, I forgot. So, we might actually be able to win with Iron Man. Yeah, he didn't play anything in Rickety, which is really good for us. I don't think it's likely that we win, but it's definitely possible. And I'm totally down to roll the dice for a couple cubes. I'm not going to snap. I'm not going to retreat. Definitely could make the argument that you should retreat here. But I think it's more likely than not we will win, especially since he hasn't been farming his Elsa, like Kitty Pryde or anything. Obviously, he's going to drop a ton of stuff with Sarah. That's just kind of how that deck works. But this will be a good showing to show you that this deck can win even without the perfect draw. Assuming we actually win, which I think we have a good chance to. Ah, Surfer sucks. Close one. If only that magic came a little bit earlier instead of our Giganto. Oh well. That's how she goes sometimes. I'll play one more game with this deck just because I love it, and honestly, this is the fastest and easiest climb to infinite I've ever had. Because I typically don't play very much, and I usually record most of my serious grinding in this game. Because most of the time I just play this game completely on autopilot when I'm like laying in bed or whatever, or in between Lost Ark grind sessions. So I'm not putting much focus on the game. But with that Kitty Pryde, he's probably playing either Bounce or Elsa. I mean, they're both the same thing at this point, right? Bounce is Elsa. We're just gonna IW White Hot Room for no reason other than why not. We'll drop Crystal next turn. I think the rocks hurt him way more than it hurts us to destroy. So he might actually choose not to destroy the rocks, but I doubt it. Because I don't think he can afford to just give up an entire lane. Okay, we did draw MODOK. We have Hela. So actually, I'm just going to play MODOK. I'm going to snap. Because this deck shouldn't have any counters. He may have a tech card that he slotted in, but more often than not, they don't. Like, the basic list of Elsa Bounce doesn't run that. So I'm pretty okay with this. He is going to farm a super big Kitty Pryde, but again, it doesn't really matter. We're missing Tribunal, but that's okay. Got an Iron Lad. I am going to play Crystal. I'm going to play Crystal and Superflow, just for funsies. We're hoping that we draw Tribunal from this. Iron Man isn't bad either. Or not Tribunal. I was hoping... Yeah, saying I was hoping we drew Iron Man. So we got exactly what we wanted. So, basically it's just RNG. If Iron Man and Onslaught land in the same lane, I don't see how you could possibly lose this. Let's see if he has a tech card. He does not. He's just going for straight power. Not bad. Let's see what the dice will give us. Onslaught middle?
Iron Man.
Nope. Onslaught in the wrong lane.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
Hate to see that. We got really unlucky there. You can see Iron Man hit the lane with 1 card in it, a 3 power card. We lost by 3 power points, so if Iron Man had gotten any other card at all, Onslaught, Tribunal, Iron Lad, Chavez would have won. But hopefully you can see how good this deck actually performs. And like I said, sometimes you do lose 8 cube games, but I mean, luck is just part of a card game, right? As long as you're making the consistent right decisions, you'll climb, and you'll always end up winning in the end. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I inspired you to try Tribunal deck if you have Tribunal. I know a lot of people don't, but this deck, pretty good. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, leave a comment, all that good stuff helps the channel with the algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!